source talent? Like, if there's some young guy thinks what advice would you give to some young guy? Should they first work on their craft and start putting stuff out solo before they think of getting like a manager contract or a record label?
I think I say to people like this, like a manager relationship is like a relationship, like a dating relationship. You're not going to rush into getting married, are you? You want to get to know someone. You want to feel that this is right for you. So it's like you need to kind of feel you're in a place where you can't now do things. You need help to elevate what you're doing. You know, so it's like that's the moment you need a manager.
Like a push up.
Yeah,
you've already got some momentum.
You've got things as far as you can yourself, and now's the time that you need help to kick on.
Sure.
Or that you're just this raw talent, and it's like, you know, we spot a diamond in the rough, and it's like, okay, you know what, we want to go on this journey from the very beginning with this person.
So how would you source talent? Like,
well,
through your existing contact.
Yeah, through existing contact, things we've done. You know, people sometimes come to us with opportunities, or just constantly got to be on your grind. You've got to be letting people know you're open and available to things. You know, I also just spend a stupid amount of time on TikTok. It's also just like, but it's also just like our team's job to try and find stuff as well.
Like, I'm working.
But like in the evenings or whatever, like, you know, that's how I have found things, you know.
Right.
I found
so have you discovered an artist on TikTok? And
I've discovered like a song that became a hit on TikTok. I've discovered a couple of things that became good on TikTok that we managed to get involved with. So there have been things, but then it's like I don't want to just base things on TikTok. I want to base things on how I feel about something. You know, like I'm from the same era as you, where it's like I want to hear something and it just moves me.
Sure.
And then it's like too many people now just care about TikTok. Oh, what's it doing on TikTok? What's it doing on socials? I care about what does it do to me as a person? Do I ultimately
feel?
Is this an artist proposition? I don't care about one-off hits. You know,
because I guess like you're saying, it's like a marriage. It's like a long-term relationship. So it's also the type of person, you know,
someone that you feel I can work with. Yeah, I feel that our personalities are aligned, or I can bring out the best in this person. You know, I believe in this person with my whole heart, because it's ultimately I have to believe in this so much that I'm the one selling it.
You're going to be investing in it. Yeah. So if you don't believe in it, people will tell by the tone of your voice, if you're not excited.
But I've got to go in a room and sell this to people. So it's like I have to like deliver.
So a lot of being a manager is being like a salesman. 100%. You're pitching all the time.
100%.
This guy's the best.
But then ultimately, sometimes, you know, we're lucky that we have one or two unbelievably articulate artists we work with. We work with an artist called Koji Radical. And he's like just the most brilliant artistic and articulating person you'll ever meet. Like when we have meetings about his music, we bring him along and just let him talk, because no one can explain him or his music better than he can.
Right.
And, you know,
and that passion.
But because he's so unbelievably, you know, just
creative.
Yeah, and just the way he can express things, you'll just sit there and be like, I could never do that enough justice.
Sure.
You know, and so in those situations,
what he said,
but no, but then
that's the best way. Yeah,
but then it's about, you know, okay, this is his vision, this is what he's saying. How can we put things around this to make sure we deliver from our side what he then needs? You know.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the, like with music and sort of artistry, is just show the art, and that will speak for itself to a lot of the time.
I mean, that's what you want it to be, yeah. Ultimately, that's what it should be, you know. It's about staying true to what we want this to be, you know. It's I get to my point where I think I went wrong in the early days of Wiley, of like just chasing the hit or this or this. I think if you stay true to what ultimately you feel you are, that's more authentic and will be more long-lasting than if you're constantly trying to chase what you think is a hit, because people will see through that as disingenuous, you know.
Yeah, so you just look for people who are genuine, and, you know, it can be any genre as long as it affects you, or you feel like the artist is
and anything
really
we
passionate.
feel we can add value to, you know. It can't just be anything. It's got to be something where we think, okay, you know what, we can actually add value to this, or this makes sense within the wheelhouse of what we're doing or what we're known for doing, you know.
So what are you known for doing? It's like
I think we're known for sort of looking after producers and songwriters, and I think we're known in the sort of hip hop world and the dance world. I think it would be as much as we might love the Arctic Monkeys or the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I don't think we would know what we were doing as much with a band. You know? And it's like that's.
So you're still going out to Ibiza, all that
stuff like that. Yeah, for
Miami.
Sure.
Yeah. How much are you traveling?
A fair bit, but it's like I travel when it's needed for me to travel, not just like for fun. Back in the day, it might be like, oh, it's fun, let's go to this or this. Now it's like I've got a roster of people, and is the best use of my time me being at this thing when it probably isn't.
So you were like a manager before. Now you're like a manager of managers.
Yeah.
So
now it's my job to manage the artist, but also manage a team. So it's like that's why it isn't always the best use of my time for me to be. Oh, let me go here, let me go there because it's fun or this. I go to the gigs or I go to the shows where, I have to be there because it's essential. With our artist Elderbrook, I'm going to his shows in Los Angeles and Red Rocks like in a few weeks because those are massive shows and I've got to be there. But it's like I don't need to go.
So what are you doing when the artist is doing this thing? Or you're just helping to organize a support?
No, it's my job to make sure like good people are coming to the shows. Like let me invite partners from Spotify, Apple, whatever it is. Let me get good people down to these shows, bring other opportunities. Like it's my
so like before and after the show, you might set up an interview or some meetings with him, with some people from that city.
It's about maximizing the time in those places. Yeah, I'm not just there to like, oh, let me go and hang out and have a good time. Like it's about making sure, okay, these shows that we've conceptualized for this amount of time suddenly now look the way we want them to look, or everything is going, or the people that we're paying to film these shows or this, everything feels and looks the way we want it to, you know?
So you have teams that will do like video productions.
Exactly that, We have teams that build out the shows, do the visuals for the shows, do all these things.
And do you manage their social media as well?
We have agencies that come on board and do that with all our artists,